Friends, we are now in the final part of our series on the propositions drawn from the Synod of Bishops on the New Evangelization held in Rome last October 2012. Today, let us talk about the agents of the New Evangelization. The active subject or agent of the new evangelization is the particular church or the diocese. Why? Because it is the concrete manifestation of the Church of Christ. The whole diocese, the bishop, the clergy, the religious, and the laity initiates, coordinates, and accomplishes pastoral actions through which the new evangelization is performed in their own community. But it is also recommended that dioceses cooperate and collaborate with one another in order to develop a sense of mission among the people. The Synod tells us each particular church is the primary community of the universal church's mission. Hence, it must introduce the faithful to renewed pastoral activities, acknowledging and integrating their multifold gifts and ministries. With the freshness of the gospel and its being Christ-centered, each activity will bring them to the magnanimous embrace of faith and the enthusiasm to accept the call to be witnesses. Now, since Vatican II, the new evangelization has greatly benefited from the vitality of new ecclesial movements and new communities. The Synod then encourages them to exercise their gifts, collaborating with the diocese and the parish, that all may benefit from their missionary spirit. From the diocese, we move to the parishes. The parish must animate its parishioners to become agents of the new evangelization, witnessing in their words and deeds, bringing the good news to all places. Parish visits to families are also encouraged as a means of renewing the parish. It is important that the lay faithful are guided in an intimate knowledge of Christ that will form their moral conscience. As such, lay people in their witnessing and by being living instruments advance the Church's work of evangelization. We also recognize the equal dignity of men and women in the Church. Kapwa nilikhang kawangis ng Diyos, kapwa bininyagan kay Kristo. Both men and women can and should contribute to theological reflection and share in pastoral responsibilities in fresh ways. The Synod Fathers consider it necessary to establish formation centers for evangelizers that they may learn how to speak of the person of Christ in an effective and current way. Now, the Christian family, the domestic church born out of matrimony, is the locus and the first agent in the giving of life and love, the transmission of faith, and the formation of the human person according to the values of the gospel. Thus, the church must support families in catechizing the young ones. So the new evangelization must certainly address issues surrounding marriage and family. The Synod also encourages the bishops, priests, and deacons to know the lives of the people they serve in a more personal way, and that they become real and credible role models and leaders. And for them to be such, seminary formation and ongoing formation in the new evangelization must be made available. We also ask the religious and the members of secular institutes to uphold their consecrated lives radically and joyfully. Religious orders and congregations are also invited to go the extra mile and to march onward the new Areopagai of mission. Contemplative life is also of great importance. Meanwhile, the youth are not only recipients but also agents of evangelization, above all among their peers. The Church must be visible and credible for the youth. Let us meet and spend time with them and guide them as they discover their vocation in life and in the Church. The Synod Fathers also highlight the ecumenical dimension of the new evangelization. They express the hope and desire for the Church to continue her efforts in this path of unity and charity with other Christian churches, corresponding to the prayer of Jesus that they may all be one. They also encourage all Christians to persevere and to intensify their relations with Muslims. Peaceful dialogue with all believers is an important part of new evangelization. Hence, faithful to Vatican II, the Church respects other religions and is happy to collaborate with them in the defense and promotion of the absolute dignity of every person. The dialogue between science and faith is integral to the new evangelization. It requires openness from both sides, reason that is open to its limits and the mystery that transcends it, faith that is open to reason and the results of scientific research. The Synod also calls for openness to the courtyard of the Gentiles, where believers and non-believers can harmoniously dialogue on varied themes. Lastly, it promotes stewardship of creation. Friends, the Synod concludes with a realization that from the very beginning, the Church has understood her responsibility to pass on the good news. As such, the new evangelization for the transmission of the Christian faith calls on all believers to renew their faith and their personal encounter with Jesus in the Church, to deepen their appreciation of the truth of the faith, and joyfully to share it. The Synod Fathers commend this mission to the Blessed Virgin Mary, the prime witness of God's love, the star of the new evangelization. This is all for now, brothers and sisters. May all of us be agents of Jesus and the Church in proclaiming His gospel. In this day and age, social networking has become a very convenient mode of communication among people. With just a click and the power of the internet, you are able to reach your loved ones wherever they are. On the other hand, it is saddening and alarming to know that there are some people who take advantage of the reach and availability of social networking sites, spreading scandals and false information about a certain entity or personality, engaging in fraud and scams, and at times pretending to be someone else. Recently, I have been getting reports that there are fan pages and personal accounts under my name and are circulating over Facebook. To set the record straight, I have no personal Facebook account. Rather, I have only one Facebook page, and it is being maintained by Jesuit Communications. I seek your help in reporting fraudulent pages and accounts, not only those concerned with myself, but also with other people and entities. Let us keep the social networking world a good communication venue by being truthful.